Welcome to the Mountain Advocate Coaches Corner. I'm your host, Tim Brandstetter, and I'm joined again with Lean Camp head coach Alan Harris and Knox Central head coach Fred Hoskins. We're going to talk a little bit about their games last week. Lean Camp is coming off of a good win at Jackson County, their second win of the season, second road win, and they came away with a 32-16 victory, while the Panthers went to Bell County and suffered a 22-8 loss. Little slow time getting going out there, but competed a lot, I think, in the second half especially. But anyway, we'll go ahead and talk to both these guys, get their thoughts on the last game real quick. We'll switch things up and start over here, since the coaches have switched things up on me and switched seats and didn't bring helmets and all that responsible stuff. So Coach Hoskins is going to talk a little bit about your game on Log Mountain.
Well, just biggest thing, we just kept shooting ourselves in the foot. You know, we'd on first down have penalty, bad play, and just stayed behind the chains, felt like the whole night, you know, and just never could get off the field defensively. They had 13, 14 play drives and convert third downs, and we didn't convert ours. So it just kind of one of those nights where things don't go right. You know, our punting game was pretty bad. Our field position, we usually had it on the 30, and they'd have it inside their 50. And so it just kind of one of those things that snowballed. But second half, thought we'd come out and execute a little better and showed some signs that we may be coming along.
You came out of the second half, man, you guys look like a different team. I mean, not that you looked bad the first half except for some mistakes, but when you came out the second half, you did what you had to do. You marched it down the field, you got to score, then you got to stop. Talk about what you did at halftime there.
Well, we just kind of calmed down, regrouped. You know, I think our kids put a little too much pressure on themselves to try to go up there and play. You know, it's a big rivalry game for them for sure, you know, our players, and felt like they put a little too much pressure, and you can see they were just trying to make too many plays instead of just letting it come to them. Second half, we just regrouped and went out and played better both sides of the ball, all phases actually. And, you know, so that's kind of stuff we hope to build on this week.
I've heard the saying, you win some and then you learn from some. So did you learn something from that game?
I hope so. I hope we did. We'll find out here in a couple nights.
Yeah, and I have to mention their quarterback. They got a special player down there that he adds a little bit of something to the game that you don't see a lot. Yeah. He's a hard tackle, ain't he? He
is. You know, he's probably the best athlete in Eastern Kentucky for sure, and one of the best in the state. You know, and anytime they need him, he can go get 10, 15 yards. And we had him backed up a few times and played him perfect and just couldn't get him on the ground. You know, he's just one of those kids that's hard to tackle, and they know when to use him. Coach Hilton does a good job getting him out in space, and just a special athlete.
I appreciate it, Coach. We'll switch over here and talk to Coach Harris a little bit. 2-0, and you know, people keeping up with the game that wasn't there were, you know, upset alerts were going off everywhere. But you guys, I talked to you before the show. You're pretty happy with your overall game that against Jackson County, ain't you?
Yeah, I mean, I think we may have went up there a little overconfident going in the game. Our kids may have not been mentally prepared like they should have been. But you know, I got to tip my hat to Coach McDaniel there. He slowed the game down. He controlled the clock in the first half, and he totally caught us off guard by some of the things he was doing. And they scored on two of their possessions in the first half, and I think we had the ball 3 possessions in the first half and scored on 2 and fumbled in the red zone on the other one. So he just did a great job of controlling the clock and keeping the ball away from us. And I think it frustrated our kids a little bit. But at halftime, you know, we made the necessary adjustments, and we come out and we played a good, solid half of football, and it showed in the second half.
We talked a little bit before the show about your halftime adjustments. You saw what they were doing right, and they were kind of slowing you down a little bit and keeping the ball. But when you came out in the second half, you had to be happy with the way your defense just kind of stuffed them up, and I don't think they got a first down in the second half.
No, they didn't get the first down in the second half. We made some adjustments with some personnel at halftime, and you know, we changed our defense a little bit and got our kids' mentality right and come out and second half they was ready to play football, and it showed.
Well, it's time for our first break, and whenever we come back, we're going to be joined by Coach Harris and one of his players, Datrick Roberts, and we will be back right after this break.
If you're looking for the fastest action in sports, be sure to tune in to the Mountain Advocate Coach's Corner. If you're looking for the fastest internet service, look no further than Blink, Barbourville Utilities' affordable, high-speed fiber optic service. Visit barbourville.com to learn more. Barbourville Utilities and Blink, a proud sponsor of the Mountain Advocate Coaches Corner. We are constantly striving to make your pharmacy experience as convenient as possible. With football season upon us, we would like you to make the call and take advantage of our one-stop refill program. The goal of this program is to set all of your medications to come due on one single fill date every month. Stop by and visit pharmacists Frankie Abner and Corey Smith at Knox Professional Pharmacy at 511 Knox Street, or give us a call at 546-3171 to see how we can save you time and improve your health.
Studies have shown the best way to get attention on TV is to show babies and puppies. So now that we have your attention, I'd like to tell you about Happier Banking at Fork Bank. What is Happier Banking? It's the feeling you get when your bank offers 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. drive-through tellers, mobile check deposit, and instant balance, and Card Valet debit card protection.
Hey, John, need some more puppies?
No, we're good. Experience Happier Banking at Fork Bank.
They've turned me down again. I need an attorney to get my Social Security.
We'll call Millward and Castle. They'll help you with your Social Security.
Honey, they do car wrecks, not Social Security.
They do car wrecks and Social Security, so call them now.
If you have been denied Social Security or SSI benefits, the attorneys at Millward and Castle can help. Call toll-free at 1-888-988-1088. That's 1-888-988-1088. Avoid the hassle. Call Millward and Castle to get the benefits you deserve.
Welcome back to the Mountain Advocate Coaches Corner. We are joined with Lynn Camp coach Alan Harris and Datrick Roberts. Coach Harris, tell me a little bit about who you brought on the show here and what kind of player Datrick is.
Datrick, he's been playing with me since he was a freshman, and he's been one of them guys that's always been at practice, always been willing to learn, works hard in the off season, great student athlete, got a great ACT score. Behavior's great. He's a coach's dream. He's very coachable, very knowledgeable, hungry to learn every week, and he's just become a really good leader for our football team. Does a great side on both sides of the ball. He plays fullback for us on offense and middle linebacker on defense, and he kind of runs that defense for us out there and keeps everybody in line. And he's my big man in the backfield. He don't look like a big man, but he is a big man. He's our big blocker back there and opens things up for us. And we need a few yards here or there. He's there to step it up. And first game of the season there against Frankfurt, he had an interception for a touchdown on defense. That got us rolling against Frankfurt, and then he had the last first down of the game for us to finish out Frankfurt. So he's just a big time playmaker and humble about it and good leader, and a lot of kids look up to him and respect him. And we're going to miss him next year, but proud of where he is and where he's going, and can't wait to see what he does the rest of the season.
Sounds like he's one of those players that you got a lot of trust in. Every year you got players that in a tough situation you want to give the ball to somebody who is going to do the right thing and get you some positive yards. Is he that guy that you put a lot of trust in?
Yeah, I think it was 4th and 3 there at Frankfurt. We were up 2, and I called the timeout, and I looked at Datrick and I said, I need 3 yards. I said, can you get it for me? He said, give me the football, and I'll get it, and he got 4 yards. So, that's the kind of player you want when you can look in their eyes and you can tell whether or not they can get the job done, and he's just one of them kind of athletes.
All right, Datrick, welcome to the show.
Mm-hmm.
And tell me, what's it like? It's a good time to be a Lynn Camp Wildcat, ain't it? A lot of good things going on with the football team.
Yeah, it's really good around the LC Nation. We're all really happy. All the students are really involved. Teachers are starting to congratulate us. A lot of people started to doubt us at the beginning of the year, losing 22 seniors roughly, Dalton Cook, Eric. But we came out, we worked hard, and everyone's starting to come out, support us.
Talk about that game at Jackson County just a little bit. They came out, gave you a game. You guys had to regroup a little bit at halftime, and then Coach said that he kind of put you in the, he trusted you, put you in a tough situation there. But sounds like you were up for the challenge. How do you feel when your coach asked you to do that for him?
When Coach asks me to do something, it's just automatic. I'm out there. It's from great coaching, great leadership before from past players, and really just working hard and working on my game all the time. I mean, we all work on our game. We were all ready to step up at any moment. When he called my number, I was ready to go.
Do you feel like being at Lean Camp, sometimes you're on social media all the time, and you see the good things and the bad things that people say? Do you feel like sometimes you've always got something to prove? There's always doubters out there, even when you're 2-0?
Oh, yes. Whenever we go to LC, a lot of people think we're not as good as what we are or what our record shows, especially before. So even with the tougher schedule, people always have something to say. That's about every team, though. Everyone's going to have something to say about everybody.
And last question is, how would you describe your mentality on the field whenever you go out there and you're putting the shoulder pads on? How do you approach the game?
I just go out there and I do it for my little brother, my dad, and everybody in my family, everybody before, and it's just go time. It's nonstop. It's just go 110%. Leave it everything you got. I mean, it's always been like that.
Sounds good. I really appreciate you coming on the show, and we're up against another break. So we're going to take a break and get a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back to the Coach's Corner.
Camp Cheerleaders would like to thank you for watching the Coach's Corner.
If you're looking for the fastest action in sports, be sure to tune in to the Mountain Advocate Coach's Corner. If you're looking for the fastest internet service, look no further than Blink, Barbourville Utilities' affordable, high-speed fiber optic service. Visit barbourville.com to learn more. Barbourville Utilities and Blink, a proud sponsor of the Mountain Advocate Coach's Corner.
They've turned me down again. I need an attorney to get my Social Security.
We'll call Millward and Castle. They'll help you with your Social Security.
Honey, they do car wrecks, not Social Security.
They do car wrecks and Social Security, so call them now.
If you have been denied Social Security or SSI benefits, the attorneys at Millward and Castle can help. Call toll-free at 1-888-988-1088. That's 1-888-988-1088. Avoid the hassle. Call Millward and Castle to get the benefits you deserve.
We are constantly striving to make your pharmacy experience as convenient as possible. With football season upon us, we would like you to make the call and take advantage of our one-stop refill program. The goal of this program is to set all of your medications to come due on one single fill date every month. Stop by and visit pharmacists Frankie Abner and Corey Smith at Knox Professional Pharmacy at 511 Knox Street, or give us a call at 546-3171 to see how we can save you time and improve your health.
Studies have shown the best way to get attention on TV is to show babies and puppies. So now that we have your attention, I'd like to tell you about Happier Banking at Fork Bank. What is Happier Banking? It's the feeling you get when your bank offers 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. drive-through tellers, mobile check deposit, and instant balance, and card valet, debit card protection.
Hey, John, need some more puppies?
No, we're good. Experience Happier Banking at Fork Bank.
Welcome back to the Mountain Advocate Coach's Corner. Now we are joined by Knox Central coach Fred Hoskins and one of his players, Trace Floyd. Trace is coming off a big game at Bell County where he had 16 tackles. Coach, tell me a little bit about Trace and what kind of player he is.
He just plays 100% all the time. He goes out there and plays full speed all the time. Even when he was young, he didn't really know what he was doing. He'd just go out there and fly around, and he's just fun to coach every day. He comes out there to work and plays through the bumps and bruises and just as tough as they come. And Trace is a very intelligent kid, fun to coach. He's fun to talk to. He's mature beyond his age for sure.
16 tackles against a team like Bell County. Does that surprise you at all, or is that what you're
No,
looking for?
no, that's what I expect out of him. That's what I expect out of him. He does a good job for us and gets us lined up and becoming a better leader every day. So, no, that's what I expect out of him.
All right, Coach. And Trace, welcome to the show. Tell me a little bit, what's it like coming off of, coming off a tough loss against Bell County? You had a big game, but I'm sure you'd rather have the W. So just kind of tell me your mindset early in the season, just trying to get things on the right track.
Well, a big part of it's just getting our D-line lined up right helps a lot. And to mention my other linebacker, Bays, he had 17 tackles. He did a really good
Who's
too.
that?
Michael Bays.
Oh, okay. All right.
He had 17 tackles. So we get to the ball really good, but we got to stop it at the line quicker. And going into next week, I ain't really looking at the past 2 games. Those losses are fine. We're just looking to get better every week.
Is that something as a player you just want to put those behind you and focus on the next game?
Not necessarily put them behind me. I'm going to remember them, obviously, but, use them to make us better.
Okay. Stay positive.
Because we were playing against a good team
Right.
and a good quarterback, especially. And I think it's just good to play against those good guys because whenever it comes, November and stuff, we'll be a good football team.
Does this just make you guys just a little bit more hungry, just to prove that you're as good as you thought you was, or people thought you was coming in? Does it make you more hungry? I mean, what's your mindset?
I think it makes everybody feel more hungry, especially in practice. We had a really good practice today. I could just feel a little more intense than it has been the past 2 weeks.
Okay, and last question. Well, I'll ask you a couple more questions, but one is, how do you expect it to go from here on out? I mean, you got a lot of confidence in your team?
Yeah, we have a tough schedule, but I really think that we're going to be a good football team at the end of the day, especially when playoffs come around, and we have fun.
All right, man. And now the last question: what's it like being a Knox Central Panther? You take a lot of pride in playing for Knox Central, and about being with your team out there. Just tell me how that feels.
Absolutely. I feel like, especially coming off the best season we've ever had last year, I feel like I have a reputation to uphold, and I definitely want to push my teammates to be better every day and do that. And, like after a hard day of practice, come down here, Grateful Heads, and just relax. Think about what we need to do tomorrow and walkthroughs to get focused and Friday.
Sounds good, man. I appreciate you coming on the show. And, Coach, you got anything else you want to say about this guy over here?
You can just hear him talk. He's a very intelligent kid, got a bright future. He's looking to go play college football, and there's not a doubt in my mind he can do it. We just got to keep getting a little muscle and a little weight on him. We're trying to feed him a little more in here tonight. It's pretty good. We'll see if we can get him something to take home, too.
This is a good place to fatten
Oh,
up.
yeah, absolutely. That's the reason why I look the way I do, I guess. We'll try to get Trace on that meal plan here and get him going.
I heard that, man. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with some special guests right after this. Thanks for watching the Mountain Advocate Coaches Corner. Welcome back to the Mountain Advocate Coaches Corner. I've got a couple special guests with me today. On my left, I have Lean Camp Athletic Director Rob Ledington, and on my right, I have a cheerleader from Lean Camp, Haley Duff. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. I'm going to start off with Mr. Ledington here, and I've known Mr. Ledington for a long time, and he does a really good job. He's got a lot going on at Lean Camp, and they've got a lot to be proud of right now. So welcome to the show, and tell me how exciting it is around Lean Camp right now.
Well, thank you, Tim. I appreciate you inviting me here, by the way. I want to thank Grateful Heads and all the sponsors for this show. I think it's wonderful for local sports and for our athletes. I think it's a wonderful thing that you guys are doing. There's a lot of exciting things going on at Lean Camp right now. Last couple of years, many of our sports programs have done exceptionally well. I mean, we won a state championship with our cheerleaders. They work extremely hard. They work year-round. It's a year-round sport for them. Our football team obviously has had great success. I think we had the most wins in the history of our program last year. Again, everybody was thinking that, when we graduated like 19 seniors, they thought we were going to go in the tank this year. We've started out 2-0, had an upset against Frankfort. So Coach Harris and his staff do a wonderful job with their football program. Coach Phipps, he's a legendary basketball coach in this region, no doubt. He gets more out of less talent than any basketball coach I've ever known. So we're grateful to have him, and that program is continuing to do very well. We've just hired a new girls basketball coach to replace or try to replace a legendary coach, and Coach Jones, who we're desperately going to miss. Coach Clark comes from a great background at the University of the Cumberlands. He's an excellent basketball coach, good character. You know, our cross-country program is doing exceptionally well. We've got a brand-new cross-country course for the first time ever at Lynn Camp, and it's as good as any cross-country course as you'll see in the 13th region. And want to thank Mr. Sprinkles, Mr. Pennington, and our board members for allowing that to happen. You know, I could go on and on and on. Our softball program, what a great job that Coach Hendricks and her husband, Daryl Hendricks, are doing. The facility upgrades there, the facility upgrades that we've done in our gymnasium, going to get brand new bleachers, seating, reserve seating. I mean, it goes on and on. We're going to redo our tennis courts. It's an exciting time for Lynn Camp athletics, and I'm grateful to be a small part of that right now.
Wow, it's even more exciting than I thought. I mean, we see some of the results on, winning programs and winning this and that, but you've got a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that people don't know. So is that something whenever you took over at Lynn Camp, obviously you knew that you knew that things could continue to head in the right direction?
Well, I can't say that I knew that. That's my hope. That's my goal. Right. That's our aim. And we're continuing to try to improve our culture academically, socially, athletically. We're working on that very, very hard. We want the people in surrounding areas who may not be getting opportunities to play at some of these larger schools to say, hey, we've got an opportunity to go to Lynn Camp and not just play sports, but also to get a quality education. We've got excellent teachers, and people don't realize that are out on the outside.
Right.
We've got excellent teachers who work hard. I see it in the classroom every day. So I'm very excited about the future of our athletic program. Let me say this, we cannot do it by ourselves, our coaches and our administrators. It takes community, it takes parents, it takes businesses. And I'm so thankful that the businesses who get hit every day by so many schools and so many programs are willing to help us out. And we can't do it without the resources. And so I'm thankful for that as well.
That's a good point. We've got just so many local businesses, and they're getting hit in every direction. But we really do have a good community around Knox County that gets behind their sports programs.
Absolutely.
And that makes a big difference. I asked you to bring a cheerleader on today, and you brought Haley Duff. You know Haley?
I know her very well. She's a wonderful student athlete, and I'm very grateful that she came here tonight. I'm sure she's a little bit anxious about this, but it says a lot about her character that she's willing to be here with us today. So thank you, Haley.
Haley, welcome to the show, and you're just a sophomore, right?
Yes.
Tell me, what's it like being a cheerleader at Lynn Camp? It's okay. Don't be nervous. So did you cheer last year as a freshman?
I've cheered 3 years on varsity.
3 years on varsity?
Yes.
Okay, so you was part of that team that won the state championship?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
I really enjoyed being able to compete while also cheering on the boys. It was a great experience, and I'm glad I got to be there for that.
Awesome. So people think when they come to a ball game that these ball players put in a lot of work to do what they do, and they think the cheerleaders are just over there, they look pretty and they're smiling. Tell me how much work goes into being a cheerleader.
Practice almost every single day. And it's not just standing there on the sideline looking pretty. There's jumps, there's tumbling, stunting. So much physical work goes into it, so much conditioning and everything.
Awesome. So is it exciting to be at Lynn Camp right now with all the success that's going on?
Yes, definitely.
All right. Any kind of shout-out you want to give to anybody? No? You're good?
Yeah.
You're ready just to get this over with?
Can I just interject something?
Yeah.
Our cheerleaders are probably the best athletes in our school, and I don't think there's going to be many male athletes or coaches that would disagree with that. They're tremendous athletes, and they work hard.
Yeah, I totally believe that. I tell you what, we're up against another break. We're going to step away and word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with the two head coaches talking about this week's matchup. So we'll be right back at the Coaches Corner.
If you're looking for the fastest action in sports, be sure to tune in to the Mountain Advocate Coach's Corner. If you're looking for the fastest internet service, Look no further than Blink, Barbourville Utilities' affordable, high-speed fiber optic service. Visit barbourville.com to learn more. Barbourville Utilities and Blink, a proud sponsor of the Mountain Advocate Coaches Corner. We are constantly striving to make your pharmacy experience as convenient as possible. With football season upon us, we would like you to make the call and take advantage of our one-stop refill program. The goal of this program is to set all of your medications to come due on one single fill date every month. Stop by and visit pharmacists Frankie Abner and Corey Smith at Knox Professional Pharmacy at 511 Knox Street, or give us a call at 546-3171 to see how we can save you time and improve your health.
Studies have shown the best way to get attention on TV is to show babies and puppies. So now that we have your attention, I'd like to tell you about Happier Banking at Fork Bank. What is Happier Banking? It's the feeling you get when your bank offers 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. drive-through tellers, mobile check deposit, and instant balance, and Card Valet debit card protection.
Hey, John, need some more puppies?
No, we're good. Experience Happier Banking at Fork Bank.
They've turned me down again. I need an attorney to get my Social Security.
We'll call Millward and Castle. They'll help you with your Social Security.
Honey, they do car wrecks, not Social Security.
They do car wrecks and Social Security, so call them now.
If you have been denied Social Security or SSI benefits, the attorneys at Millward and Castle can help. Call toll-free at 1-888-988-1088. That's 1-888-988-1088. Avoid the hassle. Call Millward and Castle to get the benefits you deserve.
Welcome back to the Mountain Advocate Coaches Corner. Once again, I'm joined with head coach Fred Hoskins of Knox Central and head coach Alan Harris from Lean Camp. We're going to talk about this week's matchup. First of all, we'll talk to Coach Hoskins from Knox Central. He'll be hosting Madison Southern. They've got a
Southwestern.
Pulaski Southwestern, who just defeated Madison Southern.
This past
all right,
Friday.
It all ties together. It wasn't too bad of a mistake.
You knew where you was going.
Yeah, I was getting there. So Southwestern, I think they like to be called Southwestern.
Yeah.
They're 1-1, and they're coming off a win over Madison Southern, 35-34. Just tell me what you see in that matchup.
Yeah, they play extremely hard. You know, we got a new coach. Coach French was coach there for quite a few years and moved on, and they've got a new coach in there, brought a little excitement, and they're a 5A school, you know, a big school, enrollment over 1,000 kids, so they've got a bunch of football players out there and play really hard, and, you know, they've had some injuries like us, so it's kind of hard to tell who's going to be in, who's out, and who's doing what, but now they do a good job and play good fundamental football and play hard and got some speed, so be a heck of a football game, you know, just like the past 2 weeks, we'll have to be ready to play.
It never gets real easy for you, does it?
No.
I was looking at some of their stats, and they rushed the ball against Madison Southern, 240 yards rushing, 161 passing, so they mix it up a little bit there. Looks like they got a two-headed monster at the running back game. I got number 45 rushed 12 times for 96 yards, and number 3 rushed 19 times for 91 yards. Both those guys scored a touchdown. So
yeah, they use a bunch of kids back there, and they do some wildcat stuff. Both those kids will take direct snaps and do some unbalanced, different formations you have to adjust to, and they do a really good job getting it to the playmakers. You know, quarterback's a little young, but he does a good job throwing the football and don't do no more than he has to. So they do a good job, you know, throwing and running both. So we'll have to defend the whole field, unfortunately. It'd be nice to play a one-dimensional team once here.
It'd be nice.
Yeah.
I saw something else that stuck out to me, too. You don't see this a lot because kids find their favorite target when they're throwing the ball. 8 kids caught a pass for them last week.
Oh, yeah. They use a lot of kids, you know. They have a bunch of formation groupings, and they'll bring different kids in each formation, and they always have a couple good receivers in each formation. So you have to, again, defend the whole football field, and they do a nice job. You know, you can't just key on one kid. You know, really the only time you can is when they get in their wildcat stuff, which it's such crazy formations, it's hard to adjust to it as it is. So they do a good job.
All right, Coach, we'll switch over here to Coach Harris real quick. And, Coach, you're playing Middlesboro. You're going to be at home, first home game of the year. Fans get a chance to see you at home. Middlesboro's 1-1. They lost to Williamsburg, and then they defeated Garrett County last week, 34-32. Tell me what you know about Middlesboro.
Well, they defeated Garrett County there in the first week and lost to Williamsburg last week.
Oh yeah, the first game was a win, then lost to Williamsburg.
Yeah, but what I see from Middlesboro is they've gotten a lot better in a week. They played Williamsburg extremely tough in the first half, and I think they just kind of run out of people in the second half, and Williamsburg had too many weapons for them. But they're a very disciplined, well-coached football team. They got athletes all over the field, and their linebackers play very disciplined defense. They got a great, big offensive defensive line. We're not very big there on the offensive and defensive line, so that's kind of a disadvantage for us. And then, they got a couple receivers that can hurt you, and a couple running backs can hurt you. And kind of like Fred this week, we got to defend the whole field. So, looking forward to the matchup. I think Middlesboro's going to come in with a chip on their shoulder, and of course we got a chip on our shoulder this week and something to prove. And I think it's going to be a great football game.
I noticed one thing that stuck out when I was looking at those guys. They got a kid, number 6, Kyle Jabari, rushed the ball against Garrett County in week 1 19 times for 272 yards and 5 touchdowns. I'm sure he's a kid that sticks out on your radar.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal running back, and he's pretty fast. Going to be hard to stop, He gets back there in that wildcat formation sometimes and kind of picks and chooses where he goes, and that's just something else that we're going to have to defend. We're going to have kids spying him, of course, and their quarterback's pretty good. They're a good, solid football team, and they're getting better every week. And they got a great coaching staff, and he's going to have a counter punch for every punch that I throw, and we just got to be ready to play football.
Well, Coach, I wish you guys the best, and I'm going to ask both of you one more question. I'm going to switch over here to Coach Hoskins. I've got something submitted in here. The question I've got is, can we expect any changes in your offensive plan? Have you guys put any new wrinkles in or changed up anything at all without giving away too much? Or is anything changed on that side of the ball?
I think the biggest thing we're going to try to change is get a first down. That's that's a good place to start, I'd say, is get a first down. So yeah, it's
in the first half.
Yeah, in the first half. So we've changed it. We don't want to go backwards. We just want to make sure we go forward. So I think that's a big change.
So do what you've been doing, do it a little bit better.
Yeah.
All right, and I got a question for both coaches. Let's see. This is a good question. Can we expect, and I'll let you take it first, and then Coach Harris, any kind of personnel change?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's that time of year, ain't it?
Yeah,
Where players are
You're trying to figure out who's going to play where. And we've got a few kids returning that's been hurt, not got to play here in a week or two. That'll change us some there, too. But you're always trying to improve your football team. I think last year we had different starters all the way till the second round of the playoffs in different places. So you're always just trying to get better and who's practicing well and who's ready to go.
Is that one of those things? It's just every week everybody's going to get it. Everybody's getting their chance every day, every week.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we'll have a couple different starters this Friday night for sure. Maybe one or two more. Just depends on who comes back from.
And you're going to
tell
us who that is, ain't you?
Not right now.
I didn't think you was.
No, I don't even know right now.
I didn't think you was. I was going to see if I could get it out of you. All right, Coach, for you.
Well, every Monday I tell our kids, you got to compete to play, and you're only going to make the guy in front of you better if you give him everything you got. And I don't ever say you're a starter or I don't guarantee anything. If a kid comes in practice and he's proven that he deserves to play there, we play the best kids in those positions, and that's what you do to win. Unfortunately, in a 1A school, you don't get the luxury of having a lot of depth, so we kind of know from week to week which way we're going most of the time. But we've got some kids right there on the bubble right now that could step up, and some kids might have to take a seat if they keep competing at the level they're competing. All
right, we're running out of time. I'm going to give each one of you guys a chance. If there's anything you want to say to wrap it up heading into this week.
Yeah, I just hope everybody stays behind their football team, and because as Trey said up here earlier, we're going to be a good football team when it's all said and done. We're just a few plays here and there away, and those kids are working hard, and hopefully coaches, we put them in a little better position to win, and we're going to try our best this Friday night. So just hope everybody comes out and supports them. It's Bingham Tire and Oil's sponsoring our bowl game, and just really appreciate them doing that, and we'll have a good crowd. It'll be the last home game for a month, so everybody needs to come out and watch us.
I heard that, Coach.
On the flip side, we've been on the road all summer, and then our first two games were away. So I feel like we've been on the road for 2 months. Excited about getting to play at home this week. It's the Save Right Bowl for us. It's a big fundraiser for our program. It's Alumni Week, so we're encouraging all of our former players and athletes to come in and be recognized. And we're excited about getting to play at home. You know, I say every week I've got the greatest fans in the world. We've got the biggest support at Lynn Camp. You know, I'm very proud of our fans and the support and how much passion that our people have for our program. And I just hope that everybody comes out this week and supports us. And, you know, we continue to win games. You know, that's our goal every week, and that's our goal this week. We want to be 1-0. But we hope we can do it in front of a big crowd Friday night and get to recognize our alumni all in the same night.
Well, once again, Coach, coaches, I appreciate both of you guys coming on the show, and I appreciate our viewers for tuning in again, watching another episode of the Mountain Advocate Coaches Corner, and we'll be back next week. Thank you for watching the Mountain Advocate Coaches Corner. We'd like to thank our sponsors, Grateful Ed's Barbecue, Legacy Ford and Chevy of Corbin, Fork Bank, Millward and Castle Law Office, Knox Professional Pharmacy, and Barbourville Utilities. Be sure to join us for the live show next Wednesday at 7 p.m. at Grateful Ed's Barbecue in downtown Barbourville, and watch online the following Thursday evening at mountainadvocate.com.